Zuri was born with 7 fingers, and it made her feel different. Every day, she would hide her hands, afraid of what people might say. As a child, she tried to play with the other kids, but they would laugh and run away as soon as they saw her hands. The whispers in the village echoed in her mind. They said she was cursed. Her own mother even told her to stay inside. She spent most of her days alone, feeling like there was no place for her in the world. But one day, when Zuri was alone in her room, she found an old string instrument. It was dusty and forgotten, but something about it caught her attention. She reached out with her hands, trembling, and began to touch the strings. The sound that filled the air was unlike anything she had ever heard, beautiful, haunting. It made her feel alive in a way she had never felt before. Zuri realized something that day. Her extra fingers weren't a curse, they were a gift. Zuri had always been different. The kids in the village didn't understand her. Every time they saw her hands, they laughed and ran away. Her mother, though loving, saw her extra fingers as a burden. "You must stay inside, Zuri," she would say. "People won't understand you." Zuri wondered if she would ever find a place where she truly belonged. All she wanted was to fit in, to be normal. But the world saw her as strange, and it broke her heart. One day, in the quiet of her room, Zuri found the instrument. She had seen it many times before, but never touched it. But this time, something was different. She sat down, placed her hands on the strings, and began to play. To her surprise, the music that came from her hands was beautiful. It was unlike anything she had ever heard. She kept playing, letting the melody flow through her. And with each note, she felt something new inside her: confidence, freedom. For the first time, Zuri realized that her hands, her extra fingers, had the power to create something beautiful. As the days went by, Zuri's talent grew stronger. She practiced secretly, hoping no one would find out. Her fingers moved effortlessly across the strings, producing melodies that seemed to speak directly to her soul. But deep down, Zuri knew she couldn't keep her gift hidden forever. The music was part of her, and it longed to be shared with the world. Yet, she hesitated. Fear still gripped her heart. She was afraid of being judged, afraid of being rejected again. One evening, while walking in the village, Zuri met an old woman, one of the village elders. The woman had seen Zuri sitting alone many times, her eyes full of sadness. "Why do you hide your hands, child?" the elder asked, her voice soft but firm. Zuri hesitated, then whispered, "People think I'm cursed. I don't want to bring shame to my family." The elder looked at her with kind eyes. "Child, your hands are not a curse. They are a gift from the spirits. Gifts are meant to be shared with the world, not hidden. You must embrace who you are, for only then will you find peace." Zuri was struck by the elder's words. For the first time, she felt as if her hands weren't something to be ashamed of, but something to be proud of. Zuri's talent grew every day. She practiced in secret, too afraid to let anyone see her play. But the more she played, the more she knew that she had to share her music with the world. One day, the village was holding a festival, and Zuri decided to take a chance. She packed her instrument and snuck out of the house, her heart racing. At the festival, Zuri stood before the crowd, feeling her hands shake as she held her instrument. She was nervous, but she knew this was her moment. She couldn't hide anymore. The crowd fell silent as she began to play. Her fingers danced across the strings, creating a melody so beautiful, it seemed to stop time. Zuri had never felt so alive. The music poured out of her, and for the first time, she felt like she belonged. As Zuri played, something magical happened. The wind began to stir, and she saw a vision of her ancestors standing around her, smiling with approval. They whispered words of encouragement, reminding her that her gift was one passed down through generations. "Play, child, play," one of the elders said in the vision. "The music of your people flows through your fingers. Let it be heard." Zuri felt a surge of energy as the music flowed faster and more freely than ever before. The connection to her ancestors filled her heart with purpose and strength. When Zuri finished playing, the crowd was silent. Then, slowly, the applause began. People who had once ridiculed her now stood in awe of the music she had created. Zuri's mother, who had watched from the back, stepped forward. She had tears in her eyes. "Zuri," she said, "I'm so sorry. I never saw what you could do. I never saw you for who you truly are." Zuri smiled, her heart full. "It's okay, Mother. I've always known my worth." From that day forward, Zuri was no longer the girl with the extra fingers. She was the girl who played music that moved hearts. The villagers no longer saw her as strange. They saw her as a gift. Zuri walked through the village with her head held high. No longer hiding her hands, no longer ashamed of who she was. She had embraced her uniqueness, and in doing so, she had found her place in the world. And in that moment, Zuri realized something. She had always been the one who had to believe in herself.